Now, that is true. You are a man of many talents most people don't realize. I mean, if you follow you on social media, you know that you track prep, you mow lawns, you paint buildings.
All right, so I've told people for a long time, and everybody's like, dude, you wear too many hats, blah, blah, blah. I said, look,
Right.
could be a jack of all trades and a master of none. I said, look, as long as I'm a jack of all trades, there's one trade that if something ever goes haywire, you can master and move on with life.
Good point.
Like, you know what? As
right?
long as you can do a lot of stuff, you've always got an option. But
Something. Yeah.
yeah,
Apparently, a haircut is not an option.
it's horrible.
Now yeah, but you, dude, you're always dirty hippie hair.
Yeah, it's
Come
pretty
on.
bad. Hey, since I moved over here in Virginia, I'm like, you know what? I can get a haircut, look normal. You know, you kind of like got to look presentable. And then this whole COVID crap comes in the game, and I'm like, yeah, back to my homeless state. Yeah, Damon did the 99-cent.
I know.
Damon, the only thing Damon paid for in his haircut was the shipping to get the box to the house.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't even pay for that because I drove my ass to Walmart and picked it up myself.
Nice. So tell me, Tyler, you know, you've been around radial tire drag racing for a long time. You are most well known in the world as the track prep guy, but the truth of the matter is you've been racing for a very long time as well. You have an awesome car. The Camaro is beautiful. It is stunningly beautiful, and you know I'm a 69 Camaro guy too, so that's another, you know, connection we have. Shove it up your ass, you Ford prick.
And a Ford too. I was a little off there for a little while.
I know, but that's okay. But you know, what is it about radial racing from a prep perspective and from a race perspective that just does it for you? Why is it the best thing?
I've been around like the sport of drag racing since I was born, way back when, and well, not way back when, but like, you know, maybe like
yeah,
couple hot skips and a jump back then. Let's go with that.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll be honest, it's kind of funny now when you look back on it. The first radial race I ever went to that I kind of got the fever with was Donald's race. My dad and I went down in 2011 and went down, knew nothing. I mean, we didn't know anybody, didn't know anything. We watched a couple of YouTube videos and said, man, that's cool, let's go. We went down, drove. He had a job where he couldn't get off work. So we left his job Friday at whatever time, hightailed it to South Georgia, drove the whole way there all night long, pulled in the gate, got our tickets, went in, watched on Saturday, got up on Sunday, drove all the way home because he had to be at work at 2:30 in the morning on Monday.
Oh, okay.
So it was like a jump in truck, drive 12 hours, watch a race for a day, and turn around and drive back 12 hours. But just that one little bit, we were like, you know, we can do this at home. I mean, we lived 10, 12 hours from South Georgia. At that time, it was really the only show tailored around radial racing. At that point, I was working at Holly Springs, and that was where I really got my start as a promoter in smalltire stuff. Was the very first, what was the first race? Spring Shootout, and then Fall Brawl. And we did those in April of 2012 and October of 2012. And that was my first go-around as a promoter. At that race, my weekly job at the racetrack was assisting with prepping a racetrack. I was, at the time, barely 20. No, I was still 19 at the time. I was helping prep the racetrack. I was still learning kind of how does this work, that kind of stuff. Ran the computer and announced all it.
Right.
That was my weekly job. And I can remember we rolled in the whole barrier in radial racing at the time, which it seems like radial racing is barriers. Like, really don't care who wins the race, but who went low ET. The barrier at the time was the 420.
Right.
There had been a number of 431s, 433, that kind of thing. And I always said, you know what, we had a good racetrack down there. We could have a chance if the weather was good. Well, the weather was pretty decent. Wasn't like home run derby. It's like snowing. It wasn't killer, but it was solid. And first day out, we were like 4 hours into testing. And Kenny Hubbard and Kevin Fiskus, back-to-back, both of them went 420s. First time ever, they rolled right back around a couple hours later, did it again. And that was kind of all right, I think I kind of can like maybe I can make a home here. Maybe I've got something to grow on. And 2013, I branched out of Holly Springs, went to Memphis, as an individual promoter. Did a 1-day event there on Memorial Day weekend. 2014 rolls around. That's when the Outlaw Street Car Union started. That's when kind of my name kind of started building. Reputation started growing a little bit more.
Right.
I worked with VP Racing Fuels for a year on the track side. Really learned the track prep, what it takes for the radial, even more than what I do at Holly Springs, and then it just started spiraling from there. But OSCR was kind of the start of really I guess you would say the rise, so to speak. Really special race for me. Hated to not do it this year, but that was kind of, in my mind, that was kind of the first step to my career in drag racing, was that event.